Hi, this is going to be the first part of Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. I'm playing it on electric guitar only because it's a little bit easier. I don't know if you're able to do classical finger picking. It was one of the first things that I learned how to do. On your top three strings, the E, A, and D. That's a great one to use your thumb for. And then on the bottom three is index, middle, and your ring.
That's a ring.
And then anytime that you're picking two strings together, you can use your thumb or you can use multiple fingers. It's whatever you get comfortable with. If you don't know how to do that, you could always strum this. It's not going to sound completely correct if you do that though. If you want to start off with the first measure of this, it's an A minor. And like I said earlier, I don't have tablature for it, but I do have the knowledge you need to get you set up on this. So on your EAD, your third string down, 7th fret, we'll go real slow to start off. We'll have the 7th fret on the D, and then on the next three strings down, you're going to have a bar on the 5th. So we'll start off with thumb, index, middle, ring. So when you get it all, it should be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which pretty much all of these are going to be, you're going to be trying to go for 4 straight in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to keep going like that. So you start off, and it's probably just easier to go D down all the way with the 5th fret, and then put your ring finger on the 7th and okay, once you get that, all you have to do is drop your ring finger down to the E string, and then put your middle finger on the D string of the 6th fret, and you pinch those together, and then you still have your 5 and your 7 still there. So it's 7 and 6 together, and then B, G, and then you, on that 7th fret, the E is on its own. So let's start it from the very beginning. We're going to go back to barring all the 5 through this whole first part. There's no reason you need to even lift your index finger up if you can. Best thing to do is make sure that you've got your thumb in the middle of the guitar. It's going to make it a lot easier to keep your hands so that you've got some, you'll be able to stretch a lot further doing that. If you're new to doing this, it's really just something you're going to have to figure out, but it's the easiest way is to keep it right in the middle of your guitar neck in the back, and it's almost like you're holding a sandwich. And the nice thing about with your hand placement is your wrist naturally wants to fall down, so making those bars to do, it's a little bit easier just because your hands always want to fall on the neck. So if you wanted to play this properly, you'd probably want to sit like this. As you can tell, I'm sitting on my couch on a cold Iowa night, and it's just easier to sit here, and I can keep my son a little more entertained, who's helping me do the video recordings. So basically though, like I said, so E, A, D on the 7th fret, and then lay down on the index across the 5s, and we'll go 7, and this is all straight down from D, G, B, E. So you have 7, 5, 5, 5. And now practice the transition without lifting your index finger, and put your ring finger on the 7th, and then that's the sound you'll want. And you're going to put on the D string your middle finger, and then those 7 and 6, you'll pluck those together. And then instead of like on the first time where you did the like that, because we did all down. This time we're switching, we're going to pluck and then go up on the B and the G, and then we're going to pluck the 7 again. So we'll start with the 7, 5, 5, 5, 7 and 6 pluck, back to the 7 only, and we're going to move in, and this is actually a pretty easy transition. Lift everything but your index finger, put your pinky on the E string, the high E string that is. This is all standard tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E. Was nothing fancy on this one. So we'll have all 5s fretted, put our index on the 8, and we're gonna pluck those just like we did with the 7, 6, and we're gonna pluck up again from the B, G. I'm over plucking it, but just so you guys can hear it at home. So we'll pluck those together. So kind of sounds like the NBC theme. So we start with the the 7, and then 5, 5, 5, going all the way down, and then transition into the 6 on the D, the 7 on the E, and pluck them together, and then plucking up from the B and the G. So okay, lift everything but the 5s and drop the pinky, B string 8th fret, and pluck. Okay, so let's just get through that. So let's do it one more time. Let's do it a few more times. So 7, 5, 5, 5, 7 and 6 pinch, 7, 8, 5, well I guess 5, 8 if you're going from the low strings to the high strings, so 5 and 8, and then pluck up, and the 8, so 7, 5, 5, 5, 6 and the 7, 5 and the 8, so like that. So we'll go and we'll work on this, but this is the next part. So when you put the whole thing together on that, it's just a nice steady pace. We'll get all this, don't worry. It's just something to look forward to. So practice this part, listen to it, re-listen to it. It's the 7, 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 5, 5, and the 7, 8, 5, excuse me, 5, 8. These are all up plucks on all those. So the only one that's going down on it is the first one, where you go 7, 5, 5, 5, and then it's a pinch, the 6 and the 7, pluck up with the 5s, and then the 7, 8 and the 5 and the 8, and then the 5s, and then the 8. So So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So start with that, and let me know if you have questions. We'll work on to the second part, which is just using a F major 7th chord, I think, and that's just doing the well, I guess there's also the I'm sorry, there's the so we start off with the D/F sharp. You gotta pause it, let that. So that'll get you started though. And then next time I also wanted to work on a little Metallica, or we could do there's a lot of songs we've got, or we could do or if you're in a Nirvana, you have to play it right though. Do some of course we need to get my metal zone out for that so it sounds a little nicer, although if you can play anything on acoustic or electric clean and it sounds nice, it's going to sound even better when you get over to the electric side.